Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Howdy, folks. This is Paul with the Redneck Thinker. First off, I've got a link tree down below if you want to contact me on social media or look to my Patreon, any of those things. We're going to review the book The Assassination Complex by Jeremy Scahill. This is a little bit older of a book, but it's a really good book and a really good look into what the U.S. government did with drones and other technology, not just to target terrorists, but to do many things that are highly questionable. Now, how old this book is, it actually primarily talks about the Obama administration doing these things. So, don't think that it's all up to date, but the technology's still there. Book is definitely densely packed. It's got a lot of necessary information, but that's because each chapter is a story from the Intercept website. So we're going to look at how this book is and why you should read it. Now look, here's the funny thing. The Intercept, I've gone to their website. They are primarily modern liberalism. Yes, I'm well aware that some of y'all will go, "Well, that's not real liberalism." I've started seeing this movement. It is real liberalism. It's called modern liberalism. You're talking about classic liberalism and you ain't practicing it yourself. But, that aside, information came from a whistleblower and they turned this into many articles. And in the back of the book, they actually have links that take you to each one of the documents that are covered in the book. And it showed how drones and other technology were being used to not just kill terrorists, but for it. They took innocent lives. Now they claimed that these women and children that they were killing that had nothing to do with terrorism were enemies killed in action. That was actually how they were listed. And it's an in-depth look into that technology, drones, all the thought processes behind it. It's a really good book. And let me tell you some of the things that I found out about it that Scahill and several other people that were part of this book came out with. Okay, the first fact, I've already brought this up. Any person killed in way of being collateral damage are listed as enemies killed in action. Even though they're innocent, we're talking like when they a drone attack on a wedding and things like this. These people are being targeted by cell phones. So as soon as they get the order to go, they're given a very small window, and so they go and attack. And they don't care who they're attacking. The technology used to track is using cell phones. Now, the technology is used now that same technology to track these terrorists are being used to track people in the United States, not for terrorism, but for any number of things. A lot of this is violating the Fourth Amendment because it's not just targeting specific people, it's just taking a massive amount of information from people's cell phones. Even though these could be innocent people, this is direct violation of the Fourth Amendment here. So people need to think about that. They say that a lot and this book proved that a lot of this happened outside of war zones. So these people that were hit by the drones and whatnot aren't being happening in active war zones at the time. So all of this needs to be considered when you're reading this book. It's going to give you a look into an interesting facet on all of this. Now look, people should know the extent of what is going on, and this book helps cover that. And how far the government is willing to go, this book shows all of that. It's scary in some ways. We have a government that is willing to take innocent lives, women and children, a lot of children. We're not talking kids forced into child armies in Africa. We're talking about kids that are just playing, they're at weddings or whatnot, and they're being listed as enemies killed in action. This book covers all of that. And it's something to take into consideration. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's densely packed with facts. These are articles that are covering whistleblower documents. You should read it. Seriously, it will give you a better grasp on what is going on today. I do believe that this book is well worth the read. It will take a little while because you're trying to digest all this information, but it's worth it. And I hope you pick it up. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.